What is a chromosome? Well, let's start with DNA. DNA exists in the nucleus of all the cells in your body. In fact, there is a lot of DNA packed into a nucleus. Human cells contain 46 separate strands of DNA. Well, your cells need to have constant access to this information. There's got to be a way of organizing it. If you've ever tried to untangle a huge mess of string, you know how difficult this can be. Your cells have to be able to access the DNA and do this in an organized fashion. So in fact, your DNA does not exist by itself in the nucleus of your cells. It is wound around proteins called histones. These histones and the DNA that is wound around them are together called chromatin. So chromatin is like this complex of DNA that is wound up. Chromatin's purpose is to organize your DNA and to make it accessible to different cells at different times. Chromatin is compact, looped, and compacted again. And this is what we eventually see as a chromosome. So in fact, a chromosome is simply condensed chromatin. When you're looking at a chromosome, you're looking at one strand of your 46 strands of DNA, compact, wound around proteins, and packed up in your nucleus. This is just like string on a spool. It provides a way to organize your DNA for access of information and for cell division. Before a cell can divide, it has to replicate its own DNA. This duplicated chromosome is actually composed of two halves. We call these halves sister chromatids. It's these chromatids that, during metaphase of mitosis are separated and given to each of the daughter cells. These are again called chromosomes at the end. To do this, your chromatids are connected at a place called the centromere. At the centromere, a complex called the kinetochore develops. This kinetochore serves as the location for the attachment of microtubules during mitosis. And these microtubules act like little arms that pull apart the sister chromatids and take them to different sides of the cell. When you look at all the chromosomes in a cell, we call that a karyotype. It's basically just a picture of a chromosomes of the cell. It's usually organized, though, in a fashion that makes sense. It's usually organized by size and shape. Here's a picture of a human karyotype. You can see there are 23 different kinds of chromosomes and 46 chromosomes total. Chromosomes 1 through 22 appear to look identical to each other. It is that 23rd pair labeled X and Y in this picture that seems to be different. Human cells are made up of 23 pairs and thus a total of 46. We call the first 22 chromosomes, we call them autosomes. They do not contain any sexual characteristic information. It's that last pair, the sex chromosomes, that do contain this information. In the picture here, the sex chromosome contains an X and a Y. This would be a male. A female would contain two X chromosomes. We call each pair a homologous chromosome. They are homologous, prefix homo means same, in that they contain the same genes, the same types of genes. So they might contain, say, a gene for coding for the color of your hair, but they don't necessarily have the same exact version of that gene. One might code for brown hair while the other might code for black hair. These homologous chromosomes originated from your parents. You have a set of chromosomes from your mother and a set of chromosomes from your father. The homologous chromosomes again contain the same genes, although the versions may be different. Hopefully now you have a basic understanding of chromosomes.